Let's go, Taj. Mad at you with Actually 5. I don't think I've had the chance to talk with you yet. Quite simply, I think you've spoken on this a little bit, but obviously you get the call to come here. You could have easily said no, I'm sure. Why did you feel compelled that this was the right fit at this point in your life?
Uh, Good question. I don't know. I always just seem to stay in shape. I always just tend to love the game, but I never really saw this coming. To be honest with you, after going to the D Rose jersey retirement, had it up in the air, but I just kept in shape, and then my agent is like one of my best friends. When he calls me, and he calls me the second time, I know it's really urgent, and he has a very important message to get to me. And I was dreading at first, like, oh my God, he may have a team, and lucky or not, he did, and it was a blessing to have Memphis. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to disrespect the game because I love it so much. But I've been around some great young teams that turned it around. I was just like, you know what? I'm big on just preaching about running your path and don't let anybody distract you. Highs and lows, you're gonna just take on the chin. So I said to myself, why not? Just go after it. And I was here.
Memphis, like Matt, hadn't had a chance to introduce myself as well. But going back to the D Rose celebration, obviously with D Rose, what he means to this city, and also Joakim Noah, him and his time here, the city fell in love with him. And though you haven't been here for a long amount of time, what have you taken away from this experience so far, just being in Memphis?
Well, the people. First thing first, the people just been amazing. From bringing my family down, my son, every place we basically went, just first class with people, just always just caring about you, even when I'm leaving. Just be safe. The restaurant's phenomenal. It's just been great. Actually sitting down with the mayor, just great town, so much history. I felt like I didn't get a chance to see enough. Just going to the museums, going to the zoo, meeting people each day. I was just really thankful for that.
And second, another just one-on-one type of players that you've been able to be teammates with. Though you didn't have a chance to suit up with Ja this season, what were some things and conversations that you had with him just while you've been here?
It was just mostly just laughter. Same thing with Derek, aka Pooh. Like, just build off of just knowing the game, being familiar, but always just laughter. It was so short, but just being around that time, it felt like you knew him for a while. He was just so welcoming, easygoing, always know how to make the room laugh at a time when it was a bit tense, and I love that about him. And yeah, he's a special kind of guy, similar to no different from Derrick Rose. Same way I got cool with Derrick, the same way how it just naturally happens for me. That was one of the main things I was worried about, being this later in the game, just trying to, like, when you're a pro, you try to always just add it to like high school. Like, you're going to a whole new school, you're just trying to fit in, and you don't know how you're gonna do, but then you come into a situation and the guys in the locker room just welcome me the same way D Rose always had the same kind of feeling.
Hey, Taj. Of course, you came in as the veteran leader, signing with the team. Were there any young guys that naturally gravitated towards you, that you kind of just took under your wing once you arrived?
Well, to be honest with you, everybody. I really hung out with like almost everybody. I was at the front of the plane, at the back of the plane. I was playing dominoes with Cedric, Cam, and Odama. So many different young players at different times just asking me questions, and it was kind of freaking me out because I didn't even have that kind of like mentality that's coming in. I was just thinking I was trying to fit in, and then this comes into a role where guys is really asking me. Like Shaq is one of my young players. I really truly believe he has so much to offer. Cedric is he's such a young, talented player. And I always tell him he reminds me so much of a young Jimmy. Had the same haircut, so eager to play. He's very aggressive. Like he's always eager to challenge you. And I played dominoes with him on the plane. I really could see like even though we were constantly losing to Cam and them, he always was like trying to help me and taking me like, come on, OG, we got him. Like no matter how low it got, he's super aggressive. And I remember being out with Jimmy Butler. It went from that same stage, and then Jimmy started making game winners in practice, challenging for the captain role. And I was just astounded by so many. We have so many great players, and then Cam, forget about it. Cam is one of the. He's so tough. He reminds me of Kurt Heinrich, how tough he is, but he's just so explosive with his game. And we have so many different options of guys, and I've really hung with everybody, and every time I thought I was doing a little bit slower or felt a little down, they were always encouraging me even more, and it's been real special here for sure.
Last two, Josh.
Just when you look at your future, do you want to be back here next year, and what do you see as being your role if you are?
Of course. I always want to come back to a great organization like this. Preferably, it would be cool to play one last one, but hey, whatever role God has in store for me or my agent or we see fit, we're always going to take a challenge and take a real look into it. Again, I told Zach from the time I got here, I'm so thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for just giving me the opportunity, and then we understood that from the time I've been. Like I tell guys, I've been a part of a lot of organizations. I don't just be kidding when I talk around. Like it's a special place. You know what I'm saying? They talk about maybe the highs and lows, but just from the staff, from medical, everybody's been great to me, and they whipped me into shape in quick fashion. Got me right fast. I just shows the real dedication to the staff and the team. And I was telling them the whole time, like, hey, I'm really appreciative.
I think I saw a quote from you. You were with Charlotte last year. Young, talented team, injured, young head coach. Results weren't there last year. Then obviously they've popped in a big way this season, and the trajectory looks really promising. Mm-hmm. Do you see any parallels to that situation here?
Yeah. Or either the Detroit the year before. Each year it was a down year, and then I looked at each time they turned it over, and then people had to ask me like, why am I so familiar and why am I so friendly with the teams that I used to have the relationship with, because we really worked hard. It was really tough. It's even tougher on the days that you don't win the games and you know that you're going downhill, and that's when the test starts. That's when you really get to see who's really in it, who's really gonna fold. And I try to tell the young guys now, like, this is building steps. It was the same way in Detroit. We was terrible, and now they were successful. Same way in Charlotte last year. We worked extremely hard. We took a lot of losses, but the message got through during that whole period of in between games. The practices really show you who's really in it, because you're gonna start questioning yourself. Everybody starts looking over their shoulder. And a great coach always told me, in those times of like difficulties, you gotta circle the wagons. And I felt like each team in my previous 2 years before coming here just went over that hump of just figuring out who's really in and who's really gonna work and who's locked in, and most guys kind of turn it around. I see the same thing here, but I think here is even more, I think the turnaround is even more because you got guys that really wanna do it. It's just a little bit of the injuries. Coaching staff's phenomenal. Guys are really about their X's and O's from top to bottom. And the way the iPads are really in the locker rooms, the way the guys always have their conversations. I've really been around and I really see it. And the way we work on each day, on days off, it's always somebody here. And even when I come here, because I come in at night too, I always try to see what young guys is in at night. Even our two-way guys, our 10-day guys, they were here at night. They're really dedicated. And that's one thing I love about being a part of teams that go to that little spurt, because you really get to see and you get to challenge them about really not taking full advantage of all the opportunities, because you've got a really chance to see the last couple 10-day guys we had. That just shows the culture. The culture just embracing them, and they understood, play hard, and bring it together, and it's been phenomenal. I'm blessed. I can't say much. I'm just the older high school guy now. I'm just enjoying it.